Bring your arms down to the mat. Feet are 2 inches apart. Flatten your low back and peel your hips up. Reach your knees beyond your toes and pause, and slowly roll back down. And do it again. Flatten the back, peel up. The heels should only be about 8 inches away from the hips. And roll back down. Keep your abs nice and engaged. Flatten and peel up. Roll back down. Adding some movement of the arms next. Flatten the back, peel the hips up, lift your arms all the way overhead onto the floor above your head, and then roll down and really stretch through your spine. Lower your arms after your hips come down. Flatten the back, peel the hips up. Reach the knees beyond the toes, arms reach overhead. Roll down and try to really stretch and elongate through your spine, lowering your arms back down. One more like this, flatten the back, peel up, reach the arms up overhead, and slowly roll back down. Bringing the arms back to the sides. Flatten the low back, lift the hips, peel up, hold. Marching, right leg to tabletop, and slowly return. Left leg. We're alternating each time. Take your time with these. Again, we're just starting to warm up right now. Hips stay as level as they possibly can. Abdominals engage the entire time. One more. Straighten the right leg next. Kick the leg up. Lower it down. Flex the foot as you come down. Point the toe on the lift. We have 6 repetitions. Your goal here again is to keep your hips level, your core nice and engaged. Almost there. And after you've done those 6, return your right foot back down and switch to the other side. Left leg stretches out. Kick it up, flex the foot, lower down. Relax through your neck and shoulders the whole time. You should be feeling your hamstrings. Keep the pressure into the big toe mound of your supportive leg. And at 6, return the leg back down. Holding here, now we unlevel the pelvis. Drop one side, lift the other side, go back in the center and alternate. And so as you level and unlevel your pelvis, keep your abdominals strong. Try not to sway your knees. The knees should point straight ahead. Pressure into the big toe mound. Abs engaged. One more each side. And then level the pelvis. Hold here and roll down nice and slow, reaching your knees away from you. From here, bring one knee to tabletop and then bring the other up. Arms up in the air. Come into your abdominal curl. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Send one leg out. Single leg reach and switch. And switch. Abs strong and engaged. You can maintain neutral or flatten the low back. Either one works. Keep your shoulder blades down away from your ears. Lift the pelvic floor. One more each leg. Hold it. Straight leg, scissors. Pull one in, switch to the other. Nice little hamstring stretch here. Try not to over pull the leg. So you're focused on using your lower abs the entire time. Tuck the chin in slightly and hold both legs together. Bend the knees, double leg reach, send the legs out. Arms overhead, circle the arms. If you don't have room to circle your arms, just go straight up and down. Try not to pull your knees in too close to the body. Continue to view your inner thighs. Look down, not up. One more. Pull the knees in, hold the head down, and stretch. Pull your knees in, head down, turn your head side to side. A little neck stretch here. And bring the legs back to tabletop. Arms down. Sway your knees to your right. Try not to move your pelvis. Come back in the middle, sway them to the left. And as we continue from side to side, the goal is nice core strength and stability through the pelvis. Roll one leg longer than the other. That would be your outside leg. Relax through your neck and shoulders. Straighten the legs to make it more challenging. This is your pendulum swing. And once again, one leg, the outside leg will grow longer. Pelvis is stable. Now we take it a little bit bigger by allowing your hips to sway side to side next. Bolt your ankles together, arms a little wider, come to one side, hip comes up, back to the middle, and alternate to the other side. This is still pendulum swing. We're just alternating the direction, no lowering of the legs right now, just sway side to side. We'll get to that corkscrew in a moment. Susan, I see you. Relax through your shoulders and your neck. One more each side. Now we go into corkscrew. Keep the ankles bolted. Sway to the side, circle down, around, up, and stop at the top and reverse. And so as we go into our corkscrew, again, I'd like you to bolt your ankles together. Allow the hip to move. You don't need to make this a really big movement unless you really want to. With my back injury, I keep it small. It's a little easier on my back. Last one, pull your knees to your chest. Give them a stretch, right leg to the ceiling, left leg to the floor. Single leg circles, we're going big with these. Into the midline of the body, hip lifts, circle around, out to the other side, and continue. No stopping with these, just keep going. Trying to get the pelvis to start moving, trying to get mobility in the hip joint. Relax your neck and shoulders. One more, reverse the direction. And so as we continue here, we're focusing on allowing the core to be gently strong so we have that mobility in our pelvis, but we're working on the stability as we continue. One more. Pull your right knee into your chest, and let's switch legs. Right leg to the floor, left leg up. And again, into the midline of the body first. Sway it away, circle it around. Back to the top and continue, no stopping. Again, movement in the hips is good here for this mobility that we're working on, but not out of control movements. It should always be focused and controlled. Last one, and we reverse that direction. Continue to reach the legs to the ceiling. The straighter the leg, the better the stretch you're getting. Last one, pull the knee into the chest. And both legs come to tabletop from here. Arms in the air, breathe in. Exhale, abdominal curl. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Send the legs out for the hundreds. Pump your arms. Inhale. And exhale. Draw the navel in as tight as you possibly can here. Reach through your arms. And if this is bothering your head, or your neck, I should say, put one hand behind your head. The longer you grow your arms, the less stress you will have in your neck. Reach. You can flatten your low back or stay neutral. But continue to press your inner thighs together. It's a nice deep inhale and a full deep exhale. We're not doing a percussive breath right now, just deep breathing. Try to inhale through your nose, exhale through the mouth or the nose. Either option works. You should be on your final 10. And after that final exhale, bend your knees in and return all the way down. Pull your knees to your chest and then send them to the floor. Arms overhead, roll ups. Inhale, abdominal curl. Look at your toes. Exhale, peel up off the mat. Go over an imaginary beach ball. Send your navel behind you. Roll back. Keep your arms plugged in the socket. Roll down slowly, one vertebra at a time. We're trying to get nice articulation through the spine here. Inhale again on your abdominal curl. Exhale through that sticking point. Draw your navel in. The more you can tighten your abdominals, the more you will feel the work here. And slowly rolling back down, continuing. Breathing out through that sticking point. Once again, trying to really keep our shoulders into the socket. And use the abs. We're holding up on the next one and going right into our spine stretch forward. And here, inhale as you come up nice and tall against an imaginary wall. Exhale, round forward over that ball. Inhale again as you sit up tall. Try to avoid leading with your chin and head and avoid shrugging your shoulders. If you're not engaging your abdominals as you go forward, you won't really be feeling this as much in your core. So try to focus on the entire abdominal region working. And now we go all the way forward and stretch to the hamstrings. Hands onto the feet, lower down. And from here, separate the legs, sit up a little bit higher. And we go into our twist. Arms to the sides in the peripheral vision. Twist to your right, inhale. And exhale to the middle. Twist to your left. Now, if you don't have enough room here, just do genie arms. They work as well. The goal here is to try not to move the hips. Now we're going 3 pulses to your right. 1, 2, 3. Exhale to the middle. Inhale, twist, twist, twist. Exhale, return. Inhale, twist, twist, twist. Exhale to return. And as you continue, again, don't move your pelvis. Keep your feet in alignment, legs steady. 1, 2, 3. The height through the crown of the head is always important here. Last one, to the left. 2, 3, and hold in the middle, right into saw. Twist to your left. Inhale, exhale, down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, return. Other side. Inhale, twist. Exhale, saw. Inhale, lift. Exhale, untwist. We twist. Saw, lift, untwist, twist, saw, lift, untwist. We stay twisted as we come up, and then we untwist. And try when you reach forward to find that opposition. So you're really drawing your navel into your spine. You have one more here. Last twist, saw, lift, untwist, and hold it. And bring your hands behind you. Little fingertip, giraffe stance, knees to tabletop, sway to the right. And come back in the middle and sway to the left. And we're allowing a little lift of the hips, but not a huge lift. Try to keep your feet in tabletop. Avoid letting them fall down. This is kind of the lazy position. We want to be a little bit more active. Your elbows are soft. Your navel is really drawn in. We have one more. Now stretch your legs all the way up to the ceiling and reach towards your toes. And we roll down into teasers. Right into them, arms overhead. Circle the arms around and lift back up into that teaser. Reach to the toes, pause, slowly roll down when the low back touches. Bend your knees back in. Circle the arms. Remember, if you don't have room, you can just go straight up and down with the arms. And let's do one more. Hold it. Lower the legs. From here, we go into rolling. Little massage on our spine. Lift the heels, or lift the toes, shoulders down, roll back, inhale, exhale, up. And the goal here is not to throw the head or the legs. We're just touching the tops of the shins and trying to create the same distance between the shoulders or the chest and the knees one more time. Balancing, hold it. Separate the knees, tops of the shins, hold on, right leg, send it to the ceiling, bring it back down, tap the toes, the other leg comes up. Now really focus on scooping your abs out. Try not to just hold your leg. Try to kind of just touch it softly so you're not giving yourself too much assistance. Both legs up now. Hold with both legs up and bring the legs together and then open them. And again, here you're focusing on really getting the abs engaged. If you want to make this more challenging, simply let go and move your arms with your legs. You will find a lot more work there. One more time, and bring the legs down. And from here, we're coming onto our knees. Hands and knees, tuck the toes under, shoulder blades down the back. Lift your hips up into your down dog position. Drop one heel, bend the opposite knee for walking the dog. Shoulder blades down the back. As we go into this, like prancing on the reformer, we're keeping our hips as steady as we possibly can and feeling that nice calf stretch. Make sure your shoulder blades stay down the back and press the knuckles down to avoid stress in the wrists. Hold it, both heels drop down. Nice big stretch, shift the body weight back towards the heels. Right leg to the sky, nice and high at arabesque. Hold it. And just reach off into the distance. Try to drop the other heel down. We're simply holding in this position right now. Reach up, reach up. Bring your right knee into your chest. Straighten out in one-legged plank. Hold it, shift back, and lift. Really reach. Do it again. Keep the shoulder blades down, away from the ears the whole time. I want you to take your time and just focus on the control of the movement. We have 6 total repetitions. You should have about 2 more to go here. And then after the last one, hold an arabesque. Kick that leg up, kick it up really high. And now bring the knee all the way forward onto the mat by your hands. And drop down into Pigeon Pose. We're stretching our hips here. Keep your shoulder blade down the back and relax. Your goal here is to really accept the stretch and try not to fight it. Now, if this bothers your knee or your hip, you can pillow your hip. Just place a throw pillow underneath it, and it should make it a little bit more comfortable. Relax. Use your hands to push yourself up. Upper torso comes up, and we bend our back leg. And now you can go same side or opposite side, wherever you can reach. Your goal isn't to lift your hips up, but rather drop them down, scoop the abs, and tuck the tailbone under. So we should be feeling a nice stretch from our hips all the way down to our quadricep. Shoulders down. Make sure that you're not putting too much stress on your supportive arm, and if it bothers your wrist, just make a fist. That works. Should feel good and kind of painful at the same time. And release that leg. Bring both hands down, come into your plank position, toes tucked up and under. And just rock forward and back from the heels. Make sure you're not lifting your hips here. Just stay in that Japanese bridge and that nice long straight position with the body. 2 more. Last one. Shift and lift up and back into down dog. Hold in down dog. And let's lift the left leg to the ceiling nice and high into that arabesque, and just hold it here, don't move yet. Try to drop the opposite heel down as you really reach high up. And then from here, pull the right knee to the chest into your one-legged plank. Little pause, really lift it. Send the leg up and back. Reach, reach, reach. Again, take your time with these. It's more challenging when you go slower. We are focusing on stretching, and so every time you come up, I want you to lift the leg and drop the opposite heel down, like you're gonna do the splits up on a wall, high as you can get them. Shoulder blades down. We have 6 repetitions. We should be on the last one here. We're gonna hold that leg up again. Into arabesque, reach the sky, drop your other heel down. Lift, lift, lift. And now bring the knee all the way into the chest, bring the leg down, and come into that pigeon pose once again. Nice deep breathing. Relax your shoulder blades down the back. And remember, here our goal is to really help our body accept the stretch by trying to relax and not fight it. And now use your hands to push yourself up. Bend your back knee and grab a hold of it, same side or opposite side. Remember to avoid lifting your hips. Tighten the abs a little bit and tuck the tailbone under to deepen the stretch. Shoulder blades down. You can make a fist with your supportive hand. If it's bothering it, avoid locking out your elbow and keep your shoulder blades down the back. And now release that back leg. Both hands down, back into plank. Tuck the toes under. And hold here. Shoulder blades are down. Single leg pull, right leg lifts. 2 little pulse kicks. And switch the leg. Your goal here is not to move your hips. Elbows soft. Leg as straight as you can. I want those kicks from your hip, not from your knee. It's just more of a stretch, think of it, than a kick. Little pulls. And one more on the left leg. If you started on the right, stop. And now let's shift the hips back again. Into your down dog position. From here, we go into dolphin. Remember, you can do this on your knees if you need to. Lower your elbows to the mat and press back up. You don't have to touch the mat. Try not to let your elbows go wide as you do this. Keep them somewhat close together. We'll do 3 more. Keep shifting the body weight back. 2 more. Last one. And let's come all the way down onto the mat. You can do this by bending your arms in your chaturanga position, or you can just lower your body down. Reach your arms up overhead. Shoulder blades are down. Let's start lifting the thighs first. The legs come up, we turn them out, and we beat. You're beating the heels together as if you're beating the dirt out of a rug. If you'd like to make it more challenging, lift your arms as well. This is about length. Reach through the legs. Feel the glutes working. Pause. Swimming, opposite arm and leg. It's not fast, it's controlled. Shoulder blades are down the back. Your abs are strong and active the whole time. Breathe deeply. And hold it. And come on down. Hands to the sides. Push yourself up. Coming into our prone cobra. Shoulders down. Now if this bothers your back, keep your elbows a little bit more bent. We're going to hold here for a moment. Tighten your abdominals. The more you do, the less stress you'll feel in your low back. Shoulders down. We go into our Swan Dive next. Throwing the arms forward and inhaling to dive, exhaling to return to this position. Just like that. And now your goal here is to really focus on getting those legs long. Body long as you go into your Swan Dive. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. And hold it down. Bend your legs behind you. Grab a hold of your feet. Let's go into our wheel pose. Shoulders down. Kick into your hands and lift the torso. Now legs together is more stressful in the back. If you can get your legs close together, it doesn't bother you, fine. I keep mine a little bit wider and I really kick into my hands to help lift my body up a little higher and get that nice big stretch into the back. Continue to breathe. And slowly come back down. And let's rest in our shell pose. Just sit back onto your heels. And breathe here. And now we lift back up into plank. And from our plank position, we're going to go opposite arm and leg. Try to lift it up and away. Opposite arm and leg, make sure your feet are wide. Reach it away, bring it back down. Oh, that wasn't too graceful. Other side. And alternate. Now, if you're struggling with this, come to your knees and do it on your knees. Or you can just do an arm or just a leg. Whoop. 1 more each side. Oh, last one. Oh. All right, come down to the knees. Okay, so let's lie on our sides now. That was kind of fun, huh? Not really. I didn't make it look very good either. All right, send the legs straight out. Let's work on your obliques. Ankles bolted together as you're lying on your side, shoulder blades down the back. Lift both thighs and barely lower. Lift them up and little lower. So we're working on your obliques. Try to keep your hips stacked, your torso stacked. Feel the work just above the hip. We have 2 more. And after the last one, we lift and hold. And from here, we're gonna make little circles, teacup saucer size. Again, this is for your obliques. This is where you should be feeling it the most. Keep your abs strong and reach into the distance. Reverse the direction. Continue to lengthen through your body. Ooh, you should be feeling those lower abs by now. Last one, hold it. Scissors, 1 leg forward, the other leg back. It's not big, it's small. The goal again is just to keep the balance and stability. If you want to make it tougher, you can put 1 hand behind your head or up in the air, either one, and just focus on that balance and stability. Much tougher like this. Let's do 1 more, each leg, and come down. Lower the legs. Use your hand to help push yourself up. Bend your knees, going right into Mermaid. Hold on to the shins and give yourself a nice pull. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale, hand on the mat. Exhale, side stretch down. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, big stretch. Inhale, hand down, exhale. We'll do 3 like this. You can stay here, or you can come up into a side bend with me. So this is always a good option. And coming into our side bend. Feet closer is tougher. Lift your ribs up. Slowly lower down and side bend back to the shins again. And let's go again. Just 2 more. Nice big stretch up And slowly come back down. Last one. I'm a little off balance today. Lift, lift, lift. And come back into the stretch. Hold it in the stretch, side bending. Shoulders down. And we're turning on to, we're a seated position with the legs straight out, hands behind us. So reverse quadruped, lift your hips. Holding in this position, shoulder blades down, elbows bend straight back and push up. Straight back, push up. And if you want to make it more challenging, straighten the legs out. You can stay with the knees bent or legs straight. We go right into our leg pulls. One leg pulls up, little pulses, just two. Bring it down and alternate. Now be careful of your knees here. Keep them a little extra bent. Try not to pulse from your knee or kick from your knee, but from your hip. It's small, it doesn't need to be big. Keep the elbows unlocked. One more each leg. And bring the hips back down. And we'll side bend on the other side. Don't go into our sideline work on the other side. I'm gonna move my microphone right now because otherwise I will be on top of it. So lie all the way down, everybody, on your side. Lower hand is underneath your head for protection, legs straight out, and let's start our lifts and lowers. Both legs come up and down, and we do that 8 times. And so remember that you're trying to focus on the lower abs here, right in the oblique area. Reach into the distance with the legs, lift and lower. You should have about 2 more to make your 8. And then we're going to hold the legs up. And we have 8 circles in each direction, small circles. Again, these are just teacup saucer size. They're small, they're very controlled. The body is stable. And then we reverse the direction, reach into the distance. Draw your navel into your spine, relax through your shoulders and your neck. They're going to want to help here, don't let them do it. Let your obliques do the work. And now we hold and go into our scissors, and remember, keep them small. They do not need to be big. I've got my candlesticks in the way here, so I'm going to keep my feet flexed. Just a neutral foot position is fine. You can point your toes as well if you'd like to. It's more about your obliques right now. That's where I want you to focus. You can put your arm in the air if you'd like to make it more challenging. And 1 more each leg. And bring both legs down, bend the knees, and come on up into our mermaid. Top leg is in front. Grab a hold of your shins, give yourself a nice big pull. Bring the hand down, inhale, exhale, and stretch out in the other direction. Imagine as you continue that your ribs are a fan. Just an Asian fan that we're gonna open and close, back and forth. It is gonna be a nice warm day today here in Southern California. What a shame. Not. All right, and then we go into our side bends. Remember, you can stay here if you'd like to. Coming up. Closer legs is tougher, and slowly return down. Let's give ourselves another stretch in the other direction. Inhale and exhale into the lift. Really reach the ribs up. Again, we're trying to open them like a fan. And one more time. And hold it down. And now we'll grab our stretching strap and lie down. You don't have to use one, but they are beneficial here. Whoops, microphone's in the way again. All right, let's lie down. Right leg in the air. Foot on your stretch strap. So with the right leg in the air, you can keep the left knee bent if you're not quite as flexible to get your leg straight up, or straighten the left leg all the way down. And while you're here, focus on grounding. Pull your ribs down into the mat, pull your tailbone a little bit into the mat, relax your shoulders down. So as we ground our body down, we're trying to stay as neutral as possible. Avoid hiking the hip of the leg that's lifted. Keep the eyeball of the knee straight back. And try to relax the leg a little bit. The straps work great because we don't have to work so hard to get the stretch, unless you're super flexible. And if you are and you can easily hold onto your foot, then great, you can do it that way. Breathe and relax. Soften through the neck and shoulders. And as you continue to pull down on your strap, let's make small circles with that leg. Continue to pull down, dinner plate size circles, a little core engagement. We don't want the hips to move. We'll do one more, 5 of these in this direction, and then reverse the direction. We're just allowing that movement to help create some lubrication in the joint. Motion is lotion, and we want to get lots of movement here in the hip and lubrication. And hold at the top, and now bring the leg into the midline of the body and slightly across without lifting the hips. Keep your hips down. Transfer the strap into more of the right hand, and let that leg come across only as far as your hips stay grounded. Don't allow them to lift. This is a good IT band stretch. It's going to stretch all the way through the outside of your upper thigh. Maybe you'll even feel it by the knee because it has a connection there. Relax your shoulders. As you hold on, try to hold on from your arm muscles and not your neck muscles. And we bring that leg all the way outside this time. Transfer the strap into the other hand and let the leg come down towards the floor. And you're gonna go wherever you'd like to. If you don't have a strap here, you can take your right fist and place it just kind of under the hips by the thigh, and that should give you a little bit of support. Nice inner thigh stretch. Again, relax your shoulders down. Focus on staying grounded still. Try to keep the left hip bone down, the left side of your hips. They're going to want to rotate. So we're still working the core of it. And return the leg straight up in the air. Remove the strap, bend the bottom leg, cross your right leg over your left leg. Figure 4 stretch, grab on to whatever you can, whether that's your thigh or your shin. Relax your shoulder blades down. You can also put your foot up on a wall, the left leg, so it gets held for you and you don't have to do as much work. You should feel this in the right hip. Push your right knee away a little bit and try to keep your hips as level as possible. That will deepen the stretch. You use your right elbow to do that. And now if you want to deepen that stretch, straighten your left leg, and we grab a hold of the calf here, or the foot, depending on the level of flexibility you have. Keep your head down, your neck relaxed. Make sure you're not straining and lifting your head and shoulders to do this. This will stretch into your low back as well. Nice deep breath. And let's return that leg all the way down. And we're switching legs, same sequence. Grab your strap once again, place it on your left foot, and reach your left foot up in the air. Again, the right knee can stay bent if you're a little less flexible, or stretch it down to the mat. So this is definitely my tighter side. This leg is always much tighter, maybe from my injuries. But regardless, I want to try to relax it as much as I can as I pull into the strap, and that's going to provide a better stretch, better relaxation for the muscle, so it will start to let go a little bit more. Again, find yourself, find your grounding. You're anchoring your T-point, avoid popping the ribs out. Keep the hips level into the mat. Relax your shoulders, breathe nice and deep. Enjoy the stretch. Gorgeous day out today. Maybe not for Judy. I know, Judy, you're out in Arizona. I'm sorry. But at least you have AC, right? And now we're going to make circles with that leg. Continue to pull down on the strap. Go one direction. 5 circles. Remember, just dinner plate size circles. Core is still engaged, so the hips stay stable. And you're really moving more with your arms than your leg. Your leg is going along for the ride. And then we reverse the direction. Again, this is just trying to create a little bit more lubrication in the joint for you. Relax your neck. And now we bring both, there goes Rossi. And now we bring the leg in across the body, and we hold on with the other hand. Left hand holds on, shoulder blades down. Remember, try not to lift the hip here. We want to keep the hips down. That's going to offer a better stretch for you. Relax your shoulder blades down the back. Breathe. Ooh, I can definitely feel this all through the leg, all the way up towards the knee, on the outside of the leg. That's your IT band. Use your core muscles to help anchor your pelvis so your pelvis is not rotating towards the right side. And now let's bring the leg up. And we're going out in the opposite direction. Transfer the rope into the right hand. And let the leg come out. Hi, Rossi. My girl's here. She wants some loving right now. What are you doing, Rossi? Keep the right hip down, shoulder blades down away from your ears. It's fun to have a studio cat. She's looking for sunlight. She wants to take a little nap. And we'll return that leg all the way up into the middle. Remove the strap and the bottom leg. Cross the left ankle over the right leg for your cross-legged stretch. Again, hold on behind the thigh or in front of the shin. Either one is good. Keep your shoulder blades down your back. Breathe. Now remember, you can use your left elbow to push into the knee. That will deepen the stretch. This is going to be deep in the hip by the sits bones. And if you drop your tailbone down on your back, you might feel that stretch a little more as well. To deepen the stretch, straighten the right leg and grab a hold of the calf. This will let your hips lift, that's fine. It's going to get into the low back a little bit as well. Continue to breathe nice and deep. And bring the leg down. We're bringing both legs all the way down to the floor. Stretch out, arms overhead. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders on your inhale. Roll up on your exhale. And come all the way forward for another hamstring stretch. Reach to the toes. Drop the shoulder blades down the back. And slowly sit up nice and tall. Separate your legs nice and wide out to the sides. A side bend stretch first. Side bend and reach the arm overhead. Try to keep your torso straight ahead instead of twisting downward right now. We're going to lengthen and open the entire side of our ribs. It's going to help with spinal mobility. Try to keep your shoulder down. Make sure you're not hunching it up by your ears. And just let gravity pull you. And breathe. And let's twist and face the knee. And as you're in this position, focus on anchoring the opposite sit bone. Keep your shoulder blades down, neck relaxed. And we'll walk into the middle with the torso and get a little bit of a deeper stretch there. And still facing down, walk over to your other leg. Your inner thigh stretch. Shoulders down and relaxed. Opposite hip bone stays down. And now we twist or untwist. Shoulders down. Breathe nice and deep. Feel that elongation through the side of your ribs. My kitty is up there being very mischievous right now. All right, come up nice and tall. Low back stretch. Bend your knees, feet together. Knees wide, you have about a foot separation between the knees, hands come under through, grab a hold of your feet and round down. And remember, the goal here is to pull your navel back behind you so you get a nice low back stretch. It's not supposed to be an inner thigh stretch right now. Shoulders down, use your arms to pull down, use your abs to roll back. And you will find that nice deep low back stretch. And come up nice and tall, cross-legged, and just reach one arm overhead, stretching your tricep. Drop your shoulders down the back. Make sure you're still staying tall, and switch arms. And you guys should be a little cord and a lot of stretched, hopefully, for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Tuesday, Thursday, remember 9 a.m. Tomorrow is our mat challenge. Friday, it's core and more. And Saturday at 9:30. I will see you guys then. Thanks so much for joining. Have a great day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.